Hi guys, it's Veerle, and today I'm going to make a canvas. It's a free post for the Random Arts blog, and I'm just going to, do whatever I feel like. I have a certain kind of idea in my head, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I've been feeling a bit bleh lately, so I'm just gonna, like what you usually do in in your art journal, just gonna write some stuff down for myself, and then I will just cover it up, and just to have it, just to vent a bit, so that's what I'm gonna do. I hope you will enjoy the video, the process, and in the end I will show you the the results, so enjoy. So here I started the canvas. I just wrote some stuff down that I needed to let out. So I just scribbled it down. Nothing too, nothing too serious. Just I wanted it. I had to let it out. So then I covered it in tissue paper and I glued that down with gel medium. Just to make a texture, because everything will be covered up, of course. Also doing the sides, never forget the sides, because you will see there too. And it's nice, if everything is finished, has a finishing touch. It was quite hot, so we had a heat wave, and it was like 35, 36 degrees, so it was a little hot to craft, but yeah, still like to make something. And I was due to make a post on the Random Arts blog, so I figured, okay, let's do it. Here I'm using a stencil with a script and some modeling paste. The paste was already almost dried up, so it was really thick, and I just took out as much as I could out of the jar, because now it's finished. What's left in the jar is just totally dried up and hard, so I cannot use it anymore. As you see now, I covered everything in black gesso. Didn't want to bore you with that process, so I just did it when the camera was off. I'm using like a box, like a parcel came, and I'm using the box to put some dimension and some background in my on my canvas. And of course I'm going to rip off one of the sides, so all the ripples and the texture of the carton is showing, because I like that effect. And here I'm just trying stuff out, like, oh, do I like this, what am I going to do, because I had some kind of some idea, but I wasn't really sure on what I was gonna do, so I'm just trying stuff out. And that's the fun thing, because sometimes you have an idea in your mind, but then when you start working on it, it turns out different, because it's not working the way you want it to, or not looking like you want it. So but that's the fun thing about mixed media, just do whatever you feel like. I wasn't too sure about the shape of the carton, but yeah, just putting it down. This is some coffee dyed cheesecloth, and I'm going to glue a bit down on the cardboard with gel medium. And have a quick dry. And then some more texture paste to create some different textures. And I didn't want everything to be the wavy, the curves and everything, so I just put some modeling paste down. And that was really the last bit that I had. So dry it, then I wrapped some some thin rope around the canvas and just tie a knot. And I'm sorry I'm being off camera a bit. In a bit I'm gonna zoom out a bit so you can see better. I've been making this in different times, so I'm just editing everything together. So sometimes the camera is a bit different than I should film it, but yeah. So in a bit I will zoom out. I'm putting some bottle caps just to make it a bit like a 3D. I want to raise the cardboard a bit so I can put stuff underneath it. But you will see that in a bit. So I'm just gluing it down with my hot glue gun. Some people, they use the gel medium to glue everything down, and that works really well if you have patience, because it doesn't dry immediately. So when you want to start putting the gesso or the paint or whatever, it still moves a bit, and that's what I don't like. On the other hand, it's more flexible than the hot glue, so that's one of the good things about it. But I'm impatient, so sorry guys, it was my glue gun. So here I'm just trying some stuff out again. These are the things that come with the canvas, so you can, I don't know what they are for, like if you want to set it down or hang it up, or I don't know what they are, but they come with the canvas, and I just put it like that because I'm going to put a text on it, like 2 words, let go, and it just gives a bit dimension, an extra feel. So here I'm going to start decorating more and more, and it's kind of a long process. I'm running out of stuff to use, so I need to go shopping. But yeah, this is a long process, so I'm not gonna talk through this. I'm just going to put a little music, and I'll come back to you when this part is finished. So after this long process, I put a layer of gesso, black gesso on it. And now if you want to be sure you're covering all the nooks and crannies, do it in layers, not like I did, just glue everything down and then put the gesso, but put a layer, put some gesso, start adding more stuff and cover them in gesso and just continue doing that. But because I was running out of gesso and time, I was just doing it like this. But it does make, um, you cannot cover every nook and cranny. So, yeah. Anyway, here you see me covering the gesso with green paint. This is color artichoke, I think. It's like kind of an old-fashioned green tone, which I liked, and uh, I'm not bothering myself with covering all the black, because when you leave some of the black peeking through, it gives like kind of a shaded effect. So that's what I like, and it gives a little depth to your project. So um, yeah, I like it like this. So just covering, not worrying about covering every little thing. And as you can see, it makes all the teeny tiny um, embellishments pop out. So with the black, you couldn't really see everything very well. And when you start to paint the project, then all the buttons and swirls and metal embellishments, they pop out. So um, this is the nicest part of the whole process, in my opinion. I like doing the decorating and the trying to figure out where I want everything. But when you see um, the projects, how do I say this? Oh, my English is bad today. When you start painting or spraying with sprays or whatever, it starts to come alive. So I like it. So just making sure there's not too much black left, because I just want a little bit of black showing. And then of course, when this is done, you need to dry before you can add a different kind of paint or spray. And that's what I did. So now it's time to start with the second color. And this color it's also paint, and it's like a really soft brownish creamy color. And because of the heat, my paints were starting to get dry and thick. So I was a bit bummed, because you can see it on the canvas. It's like really dry, so you see the brush strokes or where I started to use some new paint. But yeah, it's okay. You can go back in with the green and just blend it a bit better. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. In a bit I will also use some rust pastes, but they were also started to drying out. So I added a little bit of water and tried to mix it up. But it's never the same again. So if anyone has tips for me, feel welcome to share them. Because yeah, they are, it's a really fun product, the rust pastes, and I really like it, but they dry out so fast. So here I'm doing a quick dry with my heat tool. Yeah, I craft with music on so I can sing along, but that's something you will never hear in all the video. So just going in again with some lighter color, and then I go back in with some green, and I go back in, and just I keep going with this process, going back in, back and forth with the different colors, just until I like what I see. So here I'm starting with the rust paste, I think, but I had to add the water and mixing it up and everything. Oh, I thought I cut this part out. Well, oh, this is not my best video. It must be the heat. Anyway, here you see me. I have used some of the rust pastes, and I'm still adding some and going back to the green and going back and forth, like I said. And I dry it in between the layers. Otherwise, it will mix up and you will get a muddy effect. So that's not what we want. And now I'm starting to use some waxes. I love the waxes, but on the video it doesn't really show that well. I'm using an emerald color, gives a green shine, and I'm using a pink wax. They are all from Finnabair, and some copper and some ruby, I think. But it doesn't really show that well on the video. In real life, the colors pop way more. So. I'm just checking if I like it or do I want some more of the waxes, and I figured I didn't like the letters, they didn't stand out enough, so I'm covering them with the gold copper wax. I don't know the name. Don't remember. Excusez-moi. So I like this. I like to add a bit here and there and go back and forth. That's fun. And you see the jar on the right? It was a Nouveau mousse, and it's totally dried out. So I don't know if I can add a bit of water to lift up some of the mousse. I don't know. Tips, please! Because it's one of my favorite, it's not a wax, but it's similar. It's one of my favorite colors. But yeah, going back in with some, I think this was some light paint. And some green maybe, I don't know. I just go in again and again, just until I'm happy. I'm never really happy, but until I think it's okay. Then I'm just holding it into the light to see if it shines enough, and look at it from a different angle sometimes helps. And then I figured, okay, it's missing something. So I'm just gonna put teeny tiny bits of cheesecloth in between all the embellishments. And sometimes I just stick it underneath because it will be very tight. There's not much space, so it won't fall off. And in other places I will add some of the gel medium. I just wanted like a little bit of a different color, different color popping out. And I love the cheesecloth. I use it in my junk journals too. I love the fabric, and it looks so shabby. So I'm just wiggling and doing it where I think it will look okay and where there is space, of course. And sometimes I think it's a bit too big, so I just cut some off. I'm not too fussy about it, it's just a process. And it's about being busy, creating something. And that's the whole idea, you know, just being busy, doing what you like, not thinking about anything else, just creating something. And sometimes you're happy about it, sometimes you're less happy about it. And in this case, I was a bit less happy about it, but yeah, it's just you learn, and you know, it's nice to be busy, even though it was so hot. So yeah, I think I'm done. Um, it did give me some ideas about how to do things differently, so I'm just keeping them in mind, and next time I will change it. Thank you for watching. Bye.